What up, everybody? It's your man Dame DNYDC. Two mics up. Yeah, you know what time it is. It's Monday night. We back again. And tonight, we going to the Shy. We gonna go hang out in the Shy. And y'all can't if you're excited like I am, like today's guest really is an amazing individual. Not only as an actress, model, but a humanitarian. And I think that's really what jobs the most. You know how we do here too, Mike. So we're all about educating, empowering, and impacting our community positively. And what makes it even better is when you have a celebrity guest that is really doing that and is really committed to that. Now I know you're all probably sitting there like I always do. You know, I like to spill for a minute when we open up. But I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to bring this amazing, lovely guest to the stage tonight. Joining me on the other mic is no other than the amazing Erica Hubbard. Erica, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back away for a second. I'm going to do, because I cannot introduce you, but you please take a moment to introduce yourself to our amazing audience.
Thank you for having me on Two Mics Up. I appreciate it. Happy holidays, everyone.
That's right. That's right.
Happy holidays. I hope everybody is laughing somewhere, enjoying some great food, enjoying all the great movies that are on right now. I'm actress and producer, writer, humanitarian, Erica Hubbard, and follow me, support me, keep up with me on social media. I'm gonna be doing a lot in 2023, so I'm happy to be here on Two Mics Up to talk about everything that I'm doing.
Well, look here, like I said, y'all, the energy is real. Erica is real. She's in the building.
Yeah.
And you know, I mentioned, Shy. You know, for some people, certain parts of the community, the Shy is like his own universe, his own world. Sometimes it gets a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. Yeah. But you being from the Shy, what was it like for you? Coming up as a child, in Chicago.
Woo! Okay, we starting off heavy. You know what? I'm glad you said that. A lot of people don't ask me that question. So just to rep my neighborhood, I am from 87th and Stony Island, where Common, all the South Side,
right.
For Hudson. She's back by Inglewood. I'm over there by off 87th. Anybody knows Chicago? I'm like by the east, over east. But it's kind of like the South Side if you go one viaduct under. A viaduct is like a little tunnel we have here. So people know different areas and different gang territories sometimes by your blocks and your viaducts.
Right.
So it was crazy growing up. So what you see now is how I grew up. It's gotten not even a little better, maybe worse. Maybe it was just rough. I grew up I think it was more rough. I grew up right where all the drug epidemic happened.
Crack epidemic and all that.
On your block, they banging on your doors. People throwing bricks. People shooting. So I grew up in a lot of war territories, war zones. And I've had guns held to my head. Had to dodge bullets. I got knocked down. I got chased in cars. So I will write my story one day so people can see my movie, how I survived. But I survived. We had locks on our keys in case we had to defend ourselves. That was just how we go. We had razor blades in our shoes.
Okay.
That was in Chicago.
Yo, keep it real.
I survived. I'm here on Two Mics Up.
Yo, that's real though. And I mean, that's why I like to ask, again, not to say that it's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, same thing, growing up in New York, you see certain things, you experience certain things, and you made it through, right?
Woo.
You become this person. Thank the Lord. Right. Exactly. Woo. It's an amazing thing, right? And but the reality, I just want people to know that if you're watching this or even if you're listening to this, that the reality is that there is more out there. There is a way out. So to see you and to hear you talk about that, but you are here today and you're doing great things today. And that just moves me to ask then, coming from that and having to, basically fight and survive probably some days more than others. What was it that got you into acting then? Like, how did you get interested in acting or modeling, or how did you even get started?
I was I watched TV all the time growing up. So it was always something that intrigued me, the commercials, the television shows, just entertainment altogether. Mm-hmm. So growing up on the south side of Chicago, we did a thing on our porches called roasting. And that was the whole thing, to make fun of each other and who would win. Right. So I was always entertaining, and had the vocal. I was always vocal and was an extrovert in the neighborhood, right. Person that kind of entertained, mm-hmm. whether I was double dutching and winning or whether I was laughing and cracking jokes, making people laugh. Right. So with that being said, my dad worked at a Sears and he had a friend that handled the clothes that went to the models. So his friend was like, she has a personality. She should, do modeling or something. So I was like, me? Okay. So then I started liking it. They kept saying, oh, she's photogenic. She's photogenic. I didn't know what that meant at the time. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just kept doing more of it. And then somebody pulled me aside and was like, okay, we see you're doing well with modeling. Why don't you do commercials and television and film? And I was like 8 or 9 years old. Wow. So I was like, well, yeah, let's try. So like on my Instagram page, one of my very first commercials was Chick-fil-A. And so I started out doing that and loved it. Right. And just kept pursuing it. And then theater. Theater was mm-hmm. real big for me. And I'm glad that was introduced to me when I was younger, because that really impacted my life as far as having the skill set to portray different characters to its finest. And so that's where I really honed my skills, was on stage. And then that helped me propel a career in television and film. Wow.
It's amazing, when you talk about that whole career arc, right? And the things that got you started, but really once you, and I always like to ask this, from, having celebrities on, and even when, I talk a lot of times, I talk to business owners and different things like myself, there's always an inspiration, right? So for you, like, was it early on or as you really got more serious into, getting into acting and entertaining, like who is or who was your biggest career inspiration?
My biggest career inspiration was a lot of the leading ladies you see on TV now, and some that we used to see on TV. Right. Rest in peace, Irene Cara. Rest in peace to her. Indeed. She just passed away. Yes. And she was one of the very first actresses I saw on TV that I just wanted to be like. She is extremely talented. Yes. She was extremely talented. Phenomenal, remarkable woman, full of life and just creativity. Mm-hmm. So, when I saw Sparkle, I was like, oh my gosh, she was one of my favorite characters, So her, Diane Carroll, Lena Horne, I really like those women. And then the other women that I see now, that you see a lot of, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, right. Meryl Streep, Glenn Close, Tilda Swinton, Sally Field, those women that lead films that are box office successes. Those are people that I admire.
And the reason why I asked that too, because this really it was a hidden 2-part question, because all of those women are very multifaceted and multi-talented. Yes. And this is one of the things that I also want to, people who don't know you or who are not, first of all, I don't know how they're not familiar with you, but if you haven't, like, Erika really is multi-talented and multifaceted. You've already explained, and again, I've been a fan, and this is just being honest. The voiceover work alone, that's just one thing that I don't even know how you even, and I'm going to ask this, but that's a whole thing to itself. That's like a whole realm to itself. But you prepared, and I want to say, you played the voice of Abbey in The Replacements. Yes. How do you prepare for your voiceovers, one, to do commercials, but really to get into the role of a character, because you're not really seen. This is just the voice.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because that's a talent within itself.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. For anybody that hasn't seen Disney's The Replacements, it's on Disney Plus. And The Replacements, how I prepped Abbey. Well, I had a slew of voices already that I had worked on, because one of the things I'll backtrack. One of the things I did say was, okay, so stage training was important, but while I was taking stage classes, I was also taking dance classes. I was taking vocal lessons. I was taking body movement, and I was taking all these different courses on cold readings, improv, all that stuff. Wow. When I was younger. So I trained at Piven Theater in Illinois, and Piven Theater is well known here for kids that train and want to be in the industry, and adults. And so I started off doing that. And then I also went to Columbia College and took a lot of courses there, minoring in theater. Wow. So that helped me prepare, because I was taking classes from professors that worked at Groundlings, Second City, Improv Olympic, the Goodman Theater, the Looking Glass. And so they taught me different skills and techniques for cadences and vocal trainings. And so when I got The Replacements, working next to Nancy Cartwright, who's phenomenal. And I learned a lot from her, working in the studio from Nancy Cartwright, because Bart Simpson, come on, and all the characters she does. I was like flabbergasted that I was working next to her, and she knows all kind of, but she would flip in and out and do different voices like her. I'm like, what? So I learned from her as well. I was just like, wow. Went home, did it, come back, you do something different. And so that's how I prepared. That's how I prepared and trained for that.
That's what I'm saying. It's mind blowing, because that's a talent. To on the spot sometimes, I guess, really, like you said, you may have something in your head, but you've got to decipher and go through like which one sometimes, I guess, in an instance.
Yes. I almost didn't get the job. So
really?
I went to the audition, and I thought the job called for a Valley Girl. So I was like, oh my God, so like, and I was like that. And he was like, okay, next. And I was like, well, what you want?
Right.
He said, oh, come back. He was like, I want that. And I was walking out the door. And
wow.
What is that? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I can do that too, you know?
Wow.
So I almost did it. It was just, it was like, wow.
And it happens in an instance like that. And that's the thing that I really want people to get, because I know I shouldn't say I know, I'm familiar with some people who I think would be great voiceover artists. And it's just like sometimes, keep it real, we playing spades or we playing dominoes or whatever, and I have one that'll just kind of go from one. I'm like, yo, like how do you do that? Like, what is in your head, or what is it that so, and to have someone like yourself, like, what is it, is this just life experiences or things that you may hear or see that cause you to draw on that?
Most definitely. I think it's life experiences, to pick up different dialects and accents, because if you travel around the world, you pick it up. But then also I study a lot. I study different genres of movies. So I'll look on TV and I'll try to mirror their behavior or their dialect, and keep it in my file cabinet in case I have to use it for a character.
Okay, I just had, because look, I'm not even gonna lie, coming from New York, we think we're funny, we think we're comedians. I think I'm pretty funny sometimes, but that's here and there. But like, just to be able to flip, voices, I think that's a talent within itself, and I can see why it's played a part of the success that you've had. But then let's transfer then, Erica, to TV, and some of the film work that you do. Like ABC's, I believe you were in Lincoln Heights, NBC Chicago Med. I go back to the movie Akeelah and The Bee. There's so much more. I think Fall Girls, Cinderella. I can probably go on and on and on.
Thank you.
But even though then with that, so is preparing for your movie and TV roles, is that different or similar to how you might prepare for a voiceover? Because like I know you have all of this talent, but like how do you really get into preparing for those type of roles?
Well, for preparation work for roles, it's a little different because you're not just doing vocal training. You're doing subtleties, innuendos, and body movement too.
Mm-hmm.
How would the character walk? How would the character stare? How would the character uh, how would the character look when they're relaxed? How would the character look when they're frustrated?
Mm-hmm.
So you're using your entire body as an instrument, from how dainty or how masculine the character may be, depending on the role, so it's the whole body trains, so I may have to pick up those that behavior of that character for a while to settle into that and to make it a habit before I go to work, 3 weeks down the road, or keep doing that character's behavior so that it'll be natural when I start doing it, on set,
right,
behind in front of the camera. But you do have to. I come up with cadences too for the character, and also a rhythm. A rhythm too is important because everybody has their own rhythm. And so, how does this character's rhythm? How does this character flow?
Right,
or flow, or flow, or flow. It depends.
Right.
So I think about all of that stuff and write it down, keep it in my head, kind of use it when I can use it, and then hopefully it manifests and transpires on screen when I portray the character.
Well, it does, and
but thank you.
It does clearly, and I do have, and this is an offbeat question because so you have an energy about you, and you have this light about you, which truly is a spark. But I'm curious to know for you because this is an off-wall question that we just gonna sidetrack for a minute. Like when you walk into a room, and if you had a theme song when you entered the room, what would that theme song be? Just based off of your energy. What would it be?
Dun, dun, dun,
Yo, I love it. Yeah, Erica is awesome. Yeah, she off the chain, man.
What movie was that from?
Come on, give me the whole thing. Give me the whole thing. So we can go ahead. I'm gonna put the
No. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna tell you my favorite movies and the energy that I like to embody with my movie. Okay, so I like Rocky.
Okay. Come on, Balboa.
Okay. I like Shawshank Redemption.
Hey. That was a deep movie.
He was cold. He was calculated and cold.
Hey.
You never know what you're thinking. I like to see how he maneuvered.
That was deep.
Shawshank Redemption. I like all the Godfathers.
Keep it real.
I went to the classics. The Godfather, Shawshank Redemption, Rocky, Creed. You got to put Creed in there. All the Creeds in there.
I'm looking forward to the next one.
I know. I'm so excited. Okay, here. This is gonna blow your mind too. I like a lot of the karate movies. Really? I watch a lot of karate martial art movies. So all the Wicks. Yep.
Classics, instant classics.
John Wick. Yep.
Yeah, I see. I can see. I just had to. That was a curveball. I just had to throw in there, just because of your energy is contagious, and no, it really is.
Thank you.
And I want to transition because we've talked, about your career and your careers and all of the things that you have touched from your celebrity and your entertainment status, but the most, I think for me, and this is just me being as honest as I can, the thing that really touched me the most and really caught my eye the most about you, and I think this is something that a lot of times people don't understand about people like yourself, that you are doing something for the community and you are a true humanitarian. And I wanted to just touch on, the work that you're doing as a humanitarian. I want you to go ahead and talk about, the Erica Hubbard Foundation, how you got started and the importance of it to you and to the work that you're doing, in the community.
Yes. The community work is so important to me. It's vital because I think we all should give back, and community service is an excellent way to give back, and or volunteer, help with the nonprofit. So my profit, the Erica Hubbard Foundation, helps at-risk youth in communities that are dealing with poverty, that are poverty stricken, have financial hardship. Because those people, that was once me, we need a lot of help. We need a lot of help to get up out of the situation. So I didn't have that many mentors growing up, but the couple that I did helped me excel in life. So I try to go back and help the community that needs the most help, and mentor them, empower, uplift, edify, tell them they are not their circumstances. What you see is not your future. You can really transform your future into what you believe it can be. And that's how I got up out of the neighborhood. I kept saying, I believe I'm this. What you say, your mind is powerful. Your I am an actress. I'm a producer. I'm a writer. I'm a business mogul. I'm a CEO. And keep saying that over and over and over and over till you achieve that year after year after year. Even when you start when you're 8, all the way to your 15, you really have to see it and believe it and write it down. I don't know if you guys do vision boards or journal, or your say your mantras over and over and over again. It's like psyching your mind out. So you psych your mind out to believe it's something, and then you really walk into it. So you can walk into your destiny by your belief. And I make sure I tell those kids that, because they're growing up, they're seeing drug addicts, prostitution, they're seeing a lot of abuse, they're seeing financial hardship. A lot of that's trauma. And if you carry your trauma with you and you don't release it and believe that you won't get out of it, it'll rule your life. So I tell them, hey, I once did this, and they're shocked, like, no, you did this, what? And I'm like, no, it's real. I did this and this something, and now I look at me now. So it becomes real to them. And then also with our besides the mentoring that we do for the communities, the youth group homes, the churches, we also give out scholarships, which is very important.
That's important.
Because we want to see everybody excel, and we want to see everybody do great things through higher education. So we're trying to help kids go to school and help them with their financial hardship. So we give scholarships out to kids that have 3.0 or higher, that are seniors, and we just want to see everybody succeed, through the Erica Hubbard Foundation. And that's my heart's desire as well, to just make sure everybody is a success story. These kids are a success story, because we need more of them.
And that's important. And that's why I wanted to, definitely touch on that. And I will be remiss if I don't ask, it is around the holidays, this is probably a little after Christmas, when this actually is airing. But I do want to ask, how can people in the community support or help you in the work that you're doing with the Erica Hubbard Foundation?
Most definitely, I appreciate all the support and the help with the Erica Hubbard Foundation. If we hadn't have any angel donors, you can go to the website, the ericahubbardfoundation.com, and press on that link, on the website, and it's a PayPal link, and donate and support a youth trying to go to college and receive an education. And that will mean the world to the kids. We'll be giving out our 4th scholarship in 2023. So we have the kids on our Instagram page, the 3 girls that have received the scholarship, and we're looking forward to giving out our 4th scholarship in 2023.
Wow. Well, I'm going to make sure that we put all of that information in the show notes, and we're going to share that, because that's a huge accomplishment, and it means a lot. Like you said, coming from your background and your coming up and your upbringing, so you do understand what a lot of these kids are going through, and I think that's important. And I think it's an important message that we need to share and get out and support and get behind this, because what you're doing, it should be commended. And thank you for doing that, Erica. I cannot say enough. That meant the world to me. Just reading about it and finding out more about it means the world to young men and women who especially look like you and I. So that's really important. But before we close out, I would be remiss. You also have some other things that you've been working on recently. You've had some shows and some things that have come out, and I want to give you a chance to talk about those and anything else that you may be having coming up in the future.
Sure. Everybody support. I love the support. I appreciate the support. I have a movie that is a great movie to watch because it's a feel-good movie.
Right.
You know, it makes you feel good and uplifted. It's called My Perfect Wedding. It is streaming right now on BET Plus and then also Prime Video. You can watch it there, My Perfect Wedding, and it's a good love story. Happy endings. That's what you would. It's a really good love story. It was starring Omar Gooding. It was great to work with him and the director, and some very talented cast that I was happy to work with in New Orleans. So we shot that in New Orleans, and I helped produce on it. So I'm glad that I got to work on such a great project and people like it. And then I have a movie coming out called The Assistant in 2023, and it's a thriller, and I got to do my own stunts.
Oh,
so I'm happy about that.
What was that like?
Woo, hard work, but worth it. I love doing my own stunts. I love stunt work because you know what? I have the energy for it. So I have the energy for it. So I was ready. So it's called The Assistant, and getting ready to film also a movie in 2023 that I wrote called Holiday Mistletoe. So I'm doing the writing thing as well, and yeah, follow me on social media and just keep supporting me. I love the support.
Well, we here at Two Mics Up, we love you. We thank you.
Thank you.
We support you. And speaking of support, you can't go without sharing your social media so that we can make sure that everybody follows you on your social media. So go ahead and take a second and share that.
All right. Okay, everybody. Follow me on social media. My handles are Erica Hubbard on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, Erica Hubbard. I'm on Facebook, Erica Hubbard. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Snapchat. So yeah, just follow me and support. And also the Erica Hubbard Foundation. So follow that page as well and support. And I appreciate it. And much love to everyone. Thanks, Two Mics Up.
Oh no, it's totally been my pleasure as your host, and it's the show's pleasure to be able to bring and have the opportunity to really sit down with such amazing talent, and even an even better human being. I just have to be honest about that. That's what it's all about. You are a true, like I like to say here, a true gem in our community. You're a shining light, and I hope that everyone will take time to follow you and support all that you do in the near future. And thank you again for taking time out to sit here and just chop it up with me here on Two Mics Up.
Thanks Two Mics Up for having me on. Happy holidays, everyone, and many, many blessings in 2023.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first from the amazing Erica Hubbard. 2023 is right around the corner. Nothing but, love and blessings and continued success to all of you. And as Erica said, manifest your dreams and manifest your words. Empower yourself. If you think it, speak it. Put it out into the universe. That's how it happens. That's how you're able to move forward. And you know how we always do at this time, ladies and gentlemen, here on Two Mics Up. As we close out, you can follow us on IG, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Two Mics Up. You can follow us online at www.twomicsup.com. If you're still watching us on YouTube, I'm sorry, you can. We're still putting it out on YouTube. Go ahead and make sure you go down there at the bottom. You hit that bell so you can be notified by all the newest content coming to you from me here at Two Mics Up. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave me a comment. Tell me how you feel. All criticism is welcome here. But we are now on Mogul TV. So make sure you head over to the moguls.tv. Check out all the latest episodes and newest episodes here, season 4, Two Mics Up. Check out some of my other creators there, man. We got some great stuff going on here on the Mogul TV network. Like we always do at this time, ladies and gentlemen, may you all stay safe, stay blessed. Mics out. 007.